welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN, caramba. Today, we're going to be discussing Spurs drawing to West Ham 1-1, Arsenal losing to Bournemouth for the second time this season. Before we get into it, big up Dej in the location. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Big up to you, bro. What you say, man? Love for jumping
Oh,
on.
thank you. To be with you and to be with Hooks, an illustrious panel. I was just saying to you before we went live that I just needed to take a selfie to be with such greatness. And I also want to take this picture as a sorry, my phone's it's all over the place. But yeah, I'm good as bank holiday. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot to catch up on the weekend, but for me, this week is Judgment Day. It's do or die. And we will know what go on for both our clubs this week. And I can't lie to you, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you are. And I'm sure you're enjoying your bank holiday. Big up Hooks, man. You know what I mean? Big up my G. Love for jumping on as well. You get me? What are you saying, bro?
Always a pleasure to get called up to the first team, man. I enjoy all the minutes I get. You get it, Ethan Wanyeri type settings. So, you know, blessings for letting me come off the bench. And hopefully I can put in a performance that will get me more first team minutes in the future. Maybe a start, you know, maybe some 90 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we just keep it stepping, man. Big up, man. Hope you all are good as well.
Nah, big up, bro. Big up every time, man. And listen, let's start with Arsenal, innit? We took the L this weekend. Again, Hooks, what's your thoughts on the game, bro?
That was a polite way of saying it.
I mean, like, for me, like, it's not an L. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't give two shits about the result. Didn't care if we won. Didn't care if we lost. Didn't care if we drew. Yeah, because it plays absolutely no part in anything because the Premier League is done. I don't care if I finish second. Don't care if I finish fifth. You know what I mean? It will all get me the same thing in the end, innit? The only two things that did annoy me is that Arteta decided to go with a pretty much strongest 11, barring Marino in the 9. And it's just the fact that we was in the lead and then we crumbled and threw it away, like through some stupid goals as well. I couldn't believe man are getting assists from throw-ins, foolishness. Do you know what? The other thing that annoyed me as well, and this is a basic of football. You never make a substitution on a set piece. I can't believe you made a substitution on a set piece. I don't even know if anyone's done that in like good 10 years. So like, yeah, it is what it is. You know, we're not playing for anything. So anyone that gets like super angry about the result, they're frauds. But the performance, it wasn't that great. And hopefully, you know, all of that kind of, I don't know what to call it. Let's just call it BS. Hopefully all the BS is out of the system. Hopefully that was the game that they got all the BS out of the system. And now they go into the PSG tie on Wednesday. Yeah. With the feeling a bit more. I don't know. Just do a bit better. Just do better. That's all you need. All you need to do on Wednesday is just not do what you did on Saturday, and then you'll be fine. Like literally, that's all you have to do. So, like, what Arteta and the coaches should be doing is they should be showing them everything that happened on Saturday and go, by the way, just don't do that, and we'll be fine. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just not do that, and we'll be fine. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens in it. Like, it's you get it. I don't know. The players and Arteta better start running up some steps in it because it's the final countdown, in it. Better start doing some Rocky shit, man. Whatever training they need to do, yeah. Because yeah, I was streaming with my brother D this morning, and I was just like, look, like I don't want to go into another summer with negative emotions. I don't want to go into it like, yeah, all the hardy-ha, he, all that banter, troll, all of that stuff is great, yeah. I can't go into another summer just get me feeling bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. I'm going to America this summer as well, so I want to feel good. I want to fly out to America, yeah, knowing that, yeah, man, I got the Champions League in the back. you know? So, yeah, man.
Where are you off to? Are you off to Wisconsin?
No, I'm going to Kansas to go see my older brother, innit?
Kansas, okay, for real.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
long lost older brother. Yo, if I showed you, man, a picture of this guy, you'd be like, raw. There's really a Hooks just over there living in America all this time and nobody knew.
real.
Crazy. So yeah, let it be a good summer for man. You get me? Let me go over to America. Do you know what? Yeah, let me fly on the plane wearing Arsenal shit. And everybody's looking, raw, you get me? Them man won the Champions League, man. Are stopping me for photos and shit. Let's go. That's what I want.
Real. For real, I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable based on all of the stuff that you just said, Hawks. I am feeling quite awkward right now, but I guess Northside brought me here for a reason, so I'm just gonna have to just keep it real and keep it 100. One thing I've noticed about you, Hawks, is I've seen the growth. I've seen a growth in you in terms of how you articulate yourself, in terms of how you present arguments about your club. And for me, as advice as a bedroom, if this YouTube thing don't pop off, you know, being a local MP, it can run, right? You know, organizing meetings in the school hall, get me, listening to what the community have to say. I think that could be something for you because you're very persuasive. I don't know how you can downplay that weekend result against Bournemouth. I don't get it. For me, ever since I've seen that shower curtain, I've seen your club in a different light. And let me explain to you why what you said was a load of hogwash. Yeah, let me tell you why it was a load of hogwash. The reason why your manager put out the strongest team possible was for momentum. No point taking all the man them out, trying to bring them back in to go up against one of the important games. So the game had two things. We need momentum, get minutes in the legs of your players, yeah? And also, it was supposed to be a confidence boost. Do you know what? Get that win under your belt. All right. Whoever it is, Saka's bagging, Martinelli bags, maybe, you know, Saliba scores a header, and you take that energy to the Parc de France, you get me? Take it to the Parisians, my show. If you know about Paris and you know about Le Chateau Rouge, talk to me about Le Chateau Rouge for them people that have been to Francois. Do you get what I'm saying? That was what you guys were supposed to do. What wasn't on the cards was you to get panned by Bournemouth home and away, by my manager, the manager who's about to take over Postecoglou. That for me, that performance was an audition in the location. Like, yep, bring him. Any brother that can get a home and away win against Arsenal, now that's somebody that needs to be top of the food chain. So for me, bro, I don't know, like you said, all the man then played barring one, and let's be real, the one that didn't play, is he that big of a deal? No, I don't think so. I'm concerned. Right now, you man are going to be getting ready. Man, them are packing their bags, getting ready to go on the Eurostar. On the Eurostar, holding a defeat against Bournemouth. Bro, there is nothing that we can say, even if Bournemouth is having a tremendous season. Bournemouth is dusty. By your standards, you should never be losing to this team. At worst, caught on an off day, you draw. So for me, bro, I'm just keeping it 100. I know you want to look positive. It's not looking good, bro. That flight to America might have to be expedited. You know, like that. You might want to do that flight quick to Kansas or to Wisconsin. Me, I would get lost in Yellowstone. You know, like that, yeah? Yellowstone National Park. Catch me missing with the grizzly bears. So, bro, like, it's a disgrace, bro. And I think for me, what is even more concerning, don't come here and say you don't care about third, you don't care about fourth, you don't care about fifth. No, you do care. For me, Arsenal must finish second for you, man, just to keep it afloat. Because if you, man, finish third or fourth, that is a tremendous bottling job. Having been second pretty much the whole season, to bottle it in the last 4 games and finish third or fourth is as disgraceful as the previous 2 seasons where you man bottled it in the last 7 games.
You can't bottle second.
bro.
You don't win anything for finishing second.
I get that, bro. Like, it's embarrassing to be second.
Look what Arsenal have made second something. Never in my life, yeah, and I've been alive for a long time, yeah. Have I ever heard anyone say you must finish second? What?
Bro, it's not, bro.
It doesn't even make sense.
Bro, let me tell you what it is, bro. It's really, I get you. It's about winning. It's about coming first. But if you don't come first, you got to come the highest possible runner up. You've done that the last 2 seasons, bro. If you don't come,
and you told me for it, but now all of a sudden I must do it.
We don't match the previous 2 years, bro. What are we doing here? Like, why are we streaming? What? Like, what are you man doing? You man are really like. And for me, the biggest thing that I'm taking, and this is why I think this week is crucial, do or die week this week. I just keep having images of that shower curtain, bro. Like, that for me epitomized your club. And really and truly, if you don't get second, it's just you man are going to be known as the shower curtain club, bro, moving forward. Not a serious team, not a serious club. You man don't take yourself serious. Man, them are struggling over 10 bags. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, bro, in London. So I'm just saying, bro, have standards for your club. Minimum is second, and anything below that is unacceptable, and your manager must go.
Anything below second.
He has to. It's not progress. That's to show progress.
Oh, that's quite ironic coming from the guy who might finish 17th, bro. Allow it. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear no criteria, no judgment, no standards, no rules, no nothing. From a brother.
Deji wants his manager out, though. To be fair, he's going to celebrate the Europa, but he wants his manager out.
I guarantee you, he wins the Europa, and I've seen Deji's tune change a few times.
Nah, Ange has to go.
I've seen it change a few times. I call you man. I call you man. Leaf in a wind. That's what I call you, man. Get me floating whichever way the wind takes you, bro.
I knew Ange was a fraud from November last year, early November, and true to form, he's proved to be the biggest fraud that I've seen at my club. Bro, all I'm saying to you, bro, is let's not 1 minute you're bigger than Tottenham, you're this, you're that, and then the next minute you want to put yourself as if we're on par. Which is it, bro? Are we on par, or you guys are so much better? Because you telling me about my club that is supposedly dusty, telling me about, they're your 17th. Yeah, the thing you're failing, bro, is 17th, and we pick up a trophy. We got 2 for the price of 1. You get me? We would have achieved what you guys achieved, and that's something that you man have to hold over the summer. Will I be trolling you over the summer? Of course I would. Would I be doing streams with you over the summer? Of course I will. Will I be meeting up with you face to face? Of course I am. So like, man ain't going nowhere. You get me? I'm about. Yeah, and if you man flop on Wednesday, know that. You get me? WhatsApps, FaceTimes, it's going to be on a weekly, and you deserve it. So hold that.
No, I agree. I think this whole dismissing, how we're playing, at least show something. Even if it's a nothing game, don't play your best players. If it's a nothing game, show us something different that you can utilize against PSG. Experiment, do something different we haven't seen in it. Then we could say, okay, cool, it's a nothing game, but guess what? We tried to do this and then we tried to do that, and you can see that the manager has another plan for PSG if plan A doesn't go well. The biggest gripe I have about Arteta is he's a standstill manager. He'll put out a certain game plan, and then when it doesn't go to plan, it's like for like changes, or they're late substitutions, or he's late to see which players are not performing. Show us something different then. But the thing is, this fan base can keep dismissing. Oh, we don't care about Ipswich, we didn't care about Crystal Palace, we didn't care about Bournemouth. Oh, you're gonna care on Wednesday. So you can keep trying to divert and we don't care. It's the same old nonsense we had all season. We don't care about the FA Cup, we don't care about the Carabao Cup, we don't care about this, we don't care about that. Okay, well, you're gonna have to care at the end of the season, innit? Do you know what I mean? And that is the thing that I don't like about this manager, bro. And I don't know how this fan base think here that you can grow some momentum just out of the blue. This is our biggest game. You're supposed to be growing some momentum. If you're going to play those players, play them playing well. You know what I mean? Grow the momentum. In football, you don't just turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. Don't work like that. You need to build momentum in football. It is part of football. And there's momentum when you're losing, and there's a momentum when you're winning, bro. Yeah. And the problem is, I just don't even see anything that he's tried to do in those 3 games to assure me that, okay, if things go sideways, we've got an answer. I really don't, bro. And for me, like I said, Martinelli had 1-2 little goals in the last couple of games, and then you see him dying. Trossard, the same thing. It's easy doing it against Crystal Palace. Where were you against Bournemouth? You know what I mean? Too many of these players, Saka as well. Man got excited when Saka came back. The reality is, yeah, he scored some goals, but he hasn't looked like the Saka before the injury. He hasn't looked like that. He's normally Saka's taking the game by the scruff of the neck. He's not doing that. Odegaard, Hooks, please explain to me why Odegaard keeps starting.
Bro, I was hoping you could tell me the answer.
That's not my guy. That's yours. So
No,
you tell me.
bro, no, it's our guy because he plays for our club.
Not our guy, bro. I don't claim no guys. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not mine.
I don't claim any guys because you get me.
That's it. You tell me because
he plays no.
You talk about Odegaard a lot though. You know what I mean?
Who?
I'm changing on him now. You explain
Wait,
to me.
Who?
No. You remember when me and you had a conversation? Me and you had a conversation about Odegaard, and you said, North, you may not like what the manager wants him to do, but that's what the manager wants him to do. And remember when I made when I said the point, yeah. And you remember when I said the point, whatever he's telling him to do, it ain't working, it ain't good enough.
And I agreed with you.
And this is exactly my point. The guy isn't good enough, bro. He's not.
Yeah, but that's an Arteta problem.
Yeah, and it's going to be an our problem on Wednesday though, because
now it's going to be our problem because before he was my guy and it was my manager, but now it's going to be our problem.
This football club's my problem, but it ain't my team, ain't my squad, it ain't my manager. It's true, bro. It's true. That ain't my bench. That ain't my manager. You know what I'm saying? But it's my problem, innit? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm tired of it, bro, because this is what I mean, Hooks, yeah? Who deserves to start in the 10? At least Zinchenko or Ethan. Odegaard does not deserve to be starting against flipping PSG, bro. He's going to play 90 minutes or 85 minutes.
I heard that he may have picked up an injury, so he may not be available for the tie. Well, for the second leg against PSG.
Well, I won't miss him then. Maybe you can watch it from Norway. You know, maybe.
No, but what I mean is that, like, that may be, it may be a good omen because injury was the only way that he wasn't going to start that game. So maybe we get to see something a bit different. Who knows? But like, do you know what it is though? Do you know what it actually is? Yeah. All trolling aside, yeah. I don't care if you're in form. I don't care if you're out of form. I don't care if you're a great player, good player, shit player, bad player, dead player, don't know how to kick a ball, whatever. Yeah. My thing is, you're in a semi-final, second leg, wearing my badge. Show me that you're as invested in like success as I am for my club. That's all I care about. Don't get me wrong. Like, we've all seen Arsenal, yeah, but be it as it may, probably out of all of the big teams, you could argue that Arsenal's one of the teams in England that usually have good footballers or footballers that at least play in a good, like, even in our dead years, we've still been like, we've still been able to watch attractive football because we've always had players that can play ball. But even when we've had dead players, they've still stepped up. It's not always just the big players that step up. So just step up. It's like, at the end of the day, don't overthink it. It's 90 minutes. Just go and win the game. Like, how many times have we seen Arsenal win a game? That's all Arsenal has to do on Wednesday is win the game.
But one thing you're missing when you're saying that, I agree with you, yeah? But one thing you're missing is we had a manager for the majority of that time that allowed the attacking players to express themselves, allowed the players that were creative, whether it's Podolski, whether it was Haleb, whether it's Rosicky, he allowed them to express themselves. This manager holds players back. He doesn't want them to express themselves. He doesn't want them to play to their game. He doesn't want them to play outside certain positions in the team. So it's a completely different philosophy to what we had before when we didn't have the best ballers, but we still used to have technical ballers like Rosicky and Haleb and Santi Cazorla. So this is what we've got, Hooks. You want the players to step up, but the players, they're not going to just switch it on because the whole 5 years they've been told if you step out of line, you're on the bench. You don't play the way I want, you're on the bench. And now all of a sudden we want them to have some individuality about their game. That's not how they've been coached. That's not how they've been told to play. And you see the way he's barking orders on the sideline, Hooks. He's shouting at them all the time. So a lot of these men are shook. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but I think some of them are shook, bro. Some of them are like, bro, if I don't do what he says, he'll just isolate me. We've seen him isolate Jesus from the team, Zinchenko from the team, Trossard from the team. Do you get it? You set a standard when you behave like that. So then you work against the players that can offer something different.
Do you know what I mean? The only license that anybody has on this team is Saka. He's the only one that has a license to do anything. The rest of them, you sit here, you push there, push there. The whole game, bro. He's shouting at them. Push here, go there, push here, bro. Let them fucking play, bro. Do you get me? Man is going on like we didn't see for a couple of years ago. Martinelli being dangerous on the counter attack, or being able to see Odegaard play passes quickly when we're transitioning. Let them. But the thing is, you can be coached to do good things, and you can be coached to do nonsense. It's one or the other. We've seen it with Man United. What are they being coached to do? Nonsense. You get me? And this is what we've been doing. So now, when the manager can't figure it out, and this is why I hate this manager, yeah? You build a team with limited players that rely on a system. How well the system works is how well the players on the pitch work. Then you've got to be the star, and you've got to be the one that's proactively changing things at halftime. I've seen Mourinho do it. I've seen Conte do it. I've seen all the top managers do it. Yeah, and being the difference to get them over the line. I've seen Ancelotti do it. They're proper tacticians. I've seen Simeone do it. You got to be the star then. You didn't want any stars. You didn't want the guys with the big personalities, the guys with aura, the Thierry Henrys are going to be like, shut up, give me the ball. I'm taking on 3-4 man. You didn't want that. So you got to be the star as the manager. But what does he do? Take too long on the substitutions. Plays the same formation, like for like substitution. Doesn't see which players are playing well. Trying to play players out of position to try and get more out of them, and then leaving holes and creating more issues amongst the team. Not giving players that are in form more performance. Ethan the other day comes off the bench, 10 minutes to go, scores a goal. Doesn't utilize the fact that the kid is playing with confidence. And this is why I just don't feel like, this is why I think he's flawed, isn't it? He's flawed because he realizes his mistakes too late. Best believe we're going to get slapped by PSG. And then only after that will he rectify whatever goes wrong against PSG next season, if he's still here. Then he'll figure out another formation. But then we'll have holes in other areas. I just don't understand it. What we needed to do is blend what we did when we was 8 points clear a couple of seasons ago with the way we've been defending in the last 2-3 years, and being able to play one or the other dependent. But he can't do that. He can't realize. Look at and the best example was Inter against Barca. They play a defensive formation, but they can switch it. They can go counter or they can go deep. And once they saw, if we're defending, we're just allowing Rafinha to have space. We're allowing Yamal to get in the game. We're allowing Torres to get back into the game. Cool. We have to go toe to toe. Do you think we're gonna go toe to toe with PSG? Because we can't outplay them. And if we can't outplay them,
I think we will.
Go over the top hooks. Just bypass their whole midfield. Go over the top, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get the ball, because we're not transitioning fast enough to attack them. Every time we try to transition in the first 15-20 minutes of that game, in the first half, we weren't doing anything. We couldn't bypass their press. So just go long. But he ain't gonna do that, bro. It's annoying.
There's a lot you said though. Couple things. Adebayo, Michael, Sulere, you should know it. Let me tell you about Arteta. So there's a couple of things going on with Arteta that I've worked out, and I think you men have worked it out. So one hand, you're dealing with the ego. Yeah, what Arteta wants to do, he doesn't want to be a manager that comes in and has a good team. He wants to be a Pep. He wants to be a Klopp. He wants to be an Arsene Wenger. He wants to say, I came in and I changed the way teams approach their matches or approached Arsenal by the way that I've set up the team. So he's very ambitious. He don't want to do things by the book. That's why they want to bring in an Ivan Toney. He wants to show you that you can get a Mourinho, or you can take a Havertz, or you can take a Declan Rice, and you can play these men as a false nine and they can bag. That's what he wants to show us. And I think, respectfully, there is an argument for that. But the other thing that we can't knock him for, what you can knock him for, is this. He does prepare Arsenal well. If he hasn't prepared you well, you wouldn't be where you are. The problem is his in-game management, he hasn't got a plan B. So what happens is he set up shop. Yeah. My man does something different. He's like, oh no, I'm not prepared for this. And you can see that the team ain't prepared for it. So if it doesn't work off the bat, then it doesn't work. You saw what Iriola did on the weekend. Yeah. It wasn't working. He switched it up. He went direct, got dirty, won the game. And that's what is lacking in Arsenal. I don't remember many games where you, man, have just been under the cosh and you switched it up. You either decide to attack or you decide to stink out the place. But I've never seen a game where you've done both. And sometimes you need to do a bit of both. You know, against PSG, you know, against Real Madrid, You just sat back. And
I feel like we did. No. I feel like we did both against Real Madrid.
You
I feel
reckon?
like you saw both against Real Madrid. Like in all. Okay, maybe the first leg. I think I would agree with you. I would say that the game plan was to just go out and get the job done. In my opinion. So you saw us play in a more attacking way, which is frustrating because there's games where he decides to set up to stink up the place, where I think if you just set up to go and attack, you would probably overwhelm the team and win the game. But I feel like in the second leg of the Bernabeu, there was times where we did switch it on and attack.
Yeah,
and there were times where we decided let's just hold it, keep it compact. And so there are games, but it is in the minimum. I agree. It is it's very minute, and his in-game management is a massive problem. Massive problem for someone because I agree with you. I do feel like more often than not, he prepares us very well for games. More often than not, we're always prepared. More often than not, but for someone as smart as he is, to not be able to see even the obvious things that even us with no coaching badges, no experience managing can see, that's the frustrating part. Because if he just tweaked that, if he just tweaked that,
but he doesn't want to do it that way because he knows if he does it that way, he's not a legend. If you get what I'm saying, he's just doing what the papers, what the fans have told him to do. He's like, nah, bun that. I don't want to do what you've told me. I will be he wants to be a pioneer, a trailblazer. To be a trailblazer, you got to do things that people don't see. Let's be real. For a moment in time, you thought he was a genius with Havertz. I'm saying there was a moment where you thought, wow,
not for me.
One. And then even with this Mourinho brother, we all thought, is he smoking budge? All of a sudden, we're now talking that brother's even better than Havertz up top. So he is changing the game. You might see Kulusevski go in the number 9. I know Ange Postecoglou did it pre-season. You might see more of these type of players being pushed, especially in a world where we're devoid of top-level strikers anyway. You're going to need to work something out because if you don't buy a Kane, Lewandowski is 37, if you don't buy a Haaland, who else is there that you're really going to bring in that's going to go in that number 9 spot and get you the goals to win the league? There ain't any. I don't think Gyökeres or any of these brothers that people keep naming are going to come in and hit the ground running. You may have Nunes is in disguise. Let's just be real. So there is no guarantee. But you're right. It's that maybe for once, just be pragmatic. Just do the obvious thing. Postecoglou has the same problem. You can see we are open like the Red Sea, and the brother don't want to close up shop. Now he's like, you know what? Let them die. What sort of military brother can see that we got no shield, no protection, and says, man, them just go out and shoot on the opposition? Nah, it's crazy. So you're right. You need to dig deep, and you need to sometimes do the obvious thing, but that's elite football. They don't want to do the obvious, bro. That's the problem.
But then, even outside of all of that, I don't care what anybody says. If I'm playing in Arsenal at the moment, if I'm Rice or I'm Saka or I'm Odegaard or I'm Martinelli or whoever, I'm going, fuck the manager. If I can acknowledge that something's not working on the pitch, I'm going to make something happen. Because really and truly, I may break away from the orders, but if I'm Rice, I'm like, he's not going to drop me for the final. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to be like, if I do something and make something happen, he's not going to not play me in the final. After the game, he might pull me up and be like, yo, why did you do that? In future, you get me. But then I'm just going to go to him, but hey, I got us to the final. Cool. Do you know what I'm saying?
The one reason why I think, see, with football, and I hear what you're saying, and you're right, and I think actually that's what the Tottenham players are doing, actually. Yeah. Why you see that our Premier League form is dusty, they're like, bun this, we don't believe in you. But you know what? We could actually do something for ourselves. They know if they win the Europa League, they're legends at Spurs. They know they're going to get big bonuses, and they know Ange's out anyway. So you might as well go out. But your manager,
They're kind of showing themselves for whoever's coming in next.
Yeah, showing that I'm legit. Whereas I think your manager has shown the players that, bro, let's be real. You must have some kahunas to drop a Aubameyang. Like we were all shocked. That's a brother you just don't drop, and he dropped him. Yes, you might go on to win the Champions League with Rice, but what happens to Rice next season? He's a madman, you know. He's a madman. Bringing one player, all of a sudden, Rice is on the bench.
No, he could never do that.
Huh?
Do you know what? I'll be real. Yeah, I'll be real. Actually, do you know what? This is my opinion. I don't know if Northside or other Arsenal fans feel the same. But because we was in a bad place, and I could see that Aubameyang's form was dropping off. However, whatever reason that may have been, I could see that Aubameyang was on the decline at Arsenal, and he was doing stuff like turning up to the North London derby late, not turning up to training, all them things there. I was like, all right, cool, you dropped him, cool. You stripped him of captaincy, cool. But if this brother, God forbid, decided to bench Declan Rice, and you obviously using Rice as an example, next season, after Declan Rice decided, bun your tactics, I want to win Arsenal a trophy, his head might be on a stake, bro. It might not even matter that he won us the Champions League. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, how can that be your response to a player winning Arsenal a trophy that they've never won before? Like, I tell you what, if Declan Rice scored the winner in the Champions League final, he is immortalized in Arsenal history, bro. He is forever immortal, bro. He will never be forgotten.
But no manager is going to allow a player to have power above them, because as soon as you allow a player to ignore you and have power, you've lost the dressing room.
Bun the power thing, just win me stuff. I don't care about all that stuff. Don't care about ego. I don't care about how you feel or none of that. Just win me stuff. And if I'm winning stuff, I don't care. He shouldn't care. Why does he care? He shouldn't care.
Even with the players that I like, ultimately, if you win us a title, you win us a major honor, I don't really care. But I agree with Hooks. I don't care about the politics in it. Just get over the line. Regardless of how anyone feels about the Aubameyang thing, so far you haven't won a major honor in it. So we're going to look back on that. No matter what anyone thinks, we have not been successful with that decision going forward, in it, because we're still sitting there saying we need a clinical goal scorer when we had one at the time. So ultimately, for me, bro, I don't see this manager changing. I don't see the willingness to adapt and change and rectify his errors, bro. I see him being as stubborn as Wenger. Bro. For all Wenger was good, I think I get more why Wenger was stubborn, because you won 3 Prems, you've done doubles. I get why, because you won trophies, innit? It's like people sitting here and saying, Pep, you got to change. In his head, he's like, bro, are you mad? When I came to this league, everyone told me I'm going to flop. Remember, people said, that Barca thing ain't going to be able to work in the Prem. You get me? But he got over the line. And I think what I don't understand about this manager is his arrogance is almost as if he's been there and done that. And it's like, bro, you ain't done that. You were part of Pep's coaching staff. You weren't the guy. You were just one of the guys. And since you left, they've done trebles and won other league titles and won Champions League, bro. You're not that special. And I think in times here, like, managers need to know how to be humble enough to say, this ain't working. We're going to change this, or we're going to do that, or, I can improve in this area and that area. And I don't see that humbleness from the Arteta. I think he thinks he's got the answer already. And it's like, bro, the answer, man told us here that his words, Hooks, in his press conference before the game, man said, there is no context in which we don't have the answer. His words. Oh. And then they score it in the 5th minute. You have 85 minutes, Hooks, to change a game, and you sit there on your ass doing nothing, bringing on defensive players on. It's a joke. Why in 85 minutes you can't even get a goal back? You can't even get a goal. We know that we can score goals on set pieces. We know that if Declan Rice can offer something going forward. Moreno, if you give him a chance in the box, he's not a bad finisher. You know what I'm saying? There's things that you can do, utilize. There's Ethan on the bench. There's players there that you can utilize. But you just sit there and just shouting orders. Bro, it ain't working. He's not humble enough, bro. And I just feel like this guy's arrogance will be his demise, bro. Mourinho had an arrogance because of what he won and what he achieved. The arrogance wasn't something that was just there for no reason, bro. Of course, there's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. And I think this manager's arrogant, bro. I'm not seeing anything. You look at the last games that we had, since from the PSG game. Name me one thing that we did well in that game that we can build upon. Because I can't think of anything, bro. I genuinely can't think of anything that we did that I can say, yo, if we continue to do that, then maybe we could apply that to the second leg. I didn't see anything from the team. I genuinely didn't, bro.
You mean do you mean in the first leg? So in the first leg?
Yeah, the first leg, PSG. Apart from the free kick, apart from but we already know to put Declan Rice on free kick.
Yeah, we already know.
So we already know that. There was nothing that I thought, okay, well, the game was going away from us, but you know what? The manager got us playing this way or changed this system or moved this player that way, and we was getting a little luck, or, was attacking him on the left-hand side, or there was nothing that I can take away from that. And then we go to these nothing games, and I'm thinking, okay, experiment. Yeah. This is a perfect time for you to do something different, bro. You know what I mean? Play Ethan in the 10. Maybe play Skelly next to Partey and see how that works. Maybe change something, bro.
Or try Saka in the 10 and put Wanyeri on the right and see how that works.
Bro, show us something. Because at least we can go, even if I come out and say, yo, no, little Hooks, why do we lose against Bournemouth? You'll be like, yo, but did you see the manager did this, that? Maybe if we apply that worked well, the team was balanced. We don't see any of that. And then he's just expecting us to just blindly back it. It's like, nah, bro. And it gives me PTSD of Bayern Munich last season. I didn't see the manager being proactive or getting us over the line. And that was up against a team, that even you would say, bro, we should have beat Bayern Munich last season.
Should have slapped them up. I had you guys to bang them up, bro, like all day long.
And what would the managerial change to affect that game? What did Arteta do to get us over the line?
Nothing.
This is what I mean, bro. Like, and this is my frustration with him. I want to win the champs, bro. Hooks, I've told you this offline. I said, yo, bro, I don't care about being in the mud. Fuck all of that. I want my club to win champions. Do you get me? Yeah. But you have to give us something to back in it. Against Real Madrid, you were like, yo, what you man saying? I told you, blah, blah, blah. Cool. That's something that we can praise. But bro, where are we going from here? What are the changes? Adeji on the bench. I'm not saying he's going to save us. But maybe you could show us that he has something about his ability or something that he can bring to the team. Something, bro. Do you get me? Try and show us something. I don't get it. We're not going to get anything out of Sterling. Come on, let's be real. Sterling ain't going to affect the game against PSG. He's not going to start, but whether you take him off the bench, maybe Odeji, we can use him in a certain way. I haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro?
Well, because we haven't. See, so this game here is going to be one of the biggest kind of hurdles for Arteta, because Arteta is going up against someone who is very similar to him in the sense that Enrique does all the preparation. Enrique hyper looks into the way that you play, what your patterns, like the I guess the attributes of the players. Like he will. The thing is, I can predict our lineup. So if I can predict our lineup, Enrique can 100% predict our lineup. And that's what he's going to be preparing for. So now Arteta needs to show us and the world that when I'm going up against someone who's as meticulous as me, I can change something that even they didn't expect. Because I don't expect Oyadeji to come on the pitch, and I'm just using him as a like an example in it, because it doesn't have to be Oyadeji in it. But if I don't expect Oyadeji to come on the pitch, Enrique definitely doesn't expect Oyadeji to come on the pitch, so he won't plan for that. He won't prepare for that, and that's how you trump managers like this that do all the hard work prior, because that's not in his plans. So show us something. Break the system to a degree in it. Like, look, and I'm not naive in it. I know that Arteta is not going to do anything that I don't expect. But my confidence of why I think we can win the game comes from what I expect him to do. And it's something that we didn't see in the first leg because we wasn't able to see it. And I feel like when Mourinho goes back into the 9 and Declan Rice goes back into the 8, Neves and Vitinha won't have as much time on the ball because they will be getting pressed to oblivion. Rice couldn't press in the same way from the 6, and we saw why. Because when he left that space vacated, that's what the space Dembele took advantage of. You don't need to worry about that because Partey is going to be chilling in that space. So now Declan Rice is going to be running like a horse, pressing Vitinha and Neves at every ball. Marino pressing Vitinha and Neves at every ball. So now they now have to worry about, okay, I've got Rice in front of me and I've got Marino behind me trying to get the ball off of me. So it may not have the biggest of impacts, but it's now that extra 1 second, 2 seconds that they had in the first leg, they're not going to have in the second leg. That's gonna make the game different. That's gonna increase the likelihood of them misplacing passes or making mistakes and things like that. And for all the bad things we can say about Arsenal, the one thing that we are good at is counter pressing, winning the ball back up high and then triggering something. That's what Rice will allow us to do from the 8. So, but we'll see. Like, it's gonna be an uphill battle just by very virtue that we are 1 goal behind. But I don't think, like, I'm still not panicking, and I don't think it's like as dead in the water as what a lot of people try to make out. It's like people haven't watched football all their lives and seen teams drop leads that are in the 3s or the 4s. So
yeah. I sorry to cut you, bro. I think though, Hooks, what you got to do is you got to shake off that Madrid result. When I speak to the man, them, they still got that we beat Madrid. Look, Madrid this season has been garbage, like rubbish. Do you understand? PSG is a different kettle of fish. I warned it. I said to Northside to his face, you man are the weakest link in the last 4, and I was proved right last week. Bro, that PSG team is not a joke, and you're going to their yard, bro. What it is, if we're being honest, even if you were to get through, one, you would have, every man would have to have had an exceptional performance. PSG would have had to drop a level, and there's going to need to be a little bit of luck to get you through the night, like DJ Luck and MC Neat. But if PSG turn up and you man turn up, you can't beat them.
We just have to do what. Wait, the John Baptist thing is, we just have to do what Liverpool did. We just have to do what Liverpool did, and Liverpool did it. We just have to score 1 goal.
Oh, but you don't have the tools.
What do you mean? Arsenal have scored like the 2nd or 3rd most goals in the Champions League this season.
Yeah, but the Champions League is washed. Oh.
Yeah, but you say it's washed, but we're in the Champions League.
Yeah,
we just need to get in those positions. I feel like I don't feel like it's as simple as Partey goes in the midfield and we're allowed, Declan Rice is able to do what he's got to do, bro. Because by the time you're trying to press them, they move the ball around so quick, we ain't even seeing the ball. I've seen Barca do this, bro, and he's replicating what he did at Barca, bro. They move the ball so quick you can't catch up to it. You physically cannot catch up to the ball if they're moving the ball around that quickly. They'll just move around it. This is why I'm saying bypass their whole midfield and go long balls over the top, bro. Just bypass it. When you can't beat it, bypass it. We've seen teams do this before when they move the ball around too quickly. Do you get me? I feel like they press too quick. Their movement is too quick. And none of their players are static, bro. They'll interlink, interchange. You don't even know which man. Do you hold your position? Do you run with the next guy? By the time you run to the next guy, Neves crosses over, Vitinha crosses over, makes another angle. Bro, they're constantly giving themselves passing routes and passing lanes, bro. I don't think we can press them. I think Liverpool tried it. It didn't work, bro. I don't think you can press them. I think the best thing we can do is when they're coming onto us, as soon as we win the ball back, utilize the fact that Mendes is pushing forward, Hakimi's pushing forward, 1 route football. Moreno can hold it and bring our wingers back into the game and try and get into the box like that. Because we weren't even seeing the box. Let's be real. We weren't even seeing them. Even when we had possession, we couldn't pass through. I get that we didn't have Partey to allow Declan Rice to do what he normally does. When we was in possession, even Arteta said it, when we was in possession, we couldn't string together enough passes, bro. Yeah. They were closing us down quickly, taking the ball off of us. Like, we couldn't even string together 4 passes. So even with Partey there, will we look better? Yes. I still don't think it's the answer, though. I think we have to just concede that we're not going to be able to play through their midfield. We ain't. And I think we just need to go into the 1 route football, make sure Saka's ready, that when Mourinho gets the ball, holds it up, he looks for Saka and plays him through, and Saka and pray. Because if we're passing it to Trossard, his form's up and down. Martinelli, we already know what to expect from Martinelli, so there's no point.
we're gonna have to just bring Saka in the game like that and just play one route football, bro. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is, when the damning thing about PSG, yeah, when you sit back, hold your position, they've got individuals that will drag you out of position. Doué will take on 2-3 players, drag you out of position. Kvaratskhelia will drag players out of position. So we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. We just got to go for it. But I don't think we can bop them through the middle, bro, especially with Odegaard in that midfield. I just think he's going to slow us down. He doesn't want to play through a press. He can't play through a press. So, you know what I mean? Declan Rice will dribble with the ball. We've seen Declan Rice dribble with the ball, take on players. Partey, he's strong enough to bounce players off of him. So he can play and he can pick a pass. But Odegaard, as soon as he releases that ball, he's going to break down our counter-attack, bro. He's taken too long to release the ball every time we spring a counter-attack. So I just don't think it's going to work. Unless we played Ethan there. But even so, bro, I just think that as soon as they get the ball, bro, they're just going to be bopping it around way too fast for us to get the ball. We don't play at that tempo. We used to. But that was a long time ago that we started playing at that the tempo that they're playing, bro. They showed us levels, bro. And the thing is, it's just one touch pass, one touch pass, one touch pass, one touch pass. We couldn't keep up with it. We can't live with it. You can press and press and press. All we're going to do is press and make gaps in the middle of the park. And then it's going to leave gaps in for Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, or Doué. So, bro, it's one route football for me. Just go over the top for me, bro. But quickly, bro, let's get on to Spurs, man. I'm sick and tired of talking about Arsenal. This fucking club pisses me off. You, man, drew against dusty West Ham, bro. What happened, bro? And they could have scored as well, you know. Bowen, through your keeper's legs. He also had a header that went wide. They had a free kick that went wide as well, Deji. You know what I'm saying? Your defense is looking as dusty as
the way your energies switched when you started talking about my club was disconcerting, bro. I swear, Dan. All right, speak about my club with respect. Look, we did what you couldn't do, bro. Which is that we decided that we're gonna rest our full team, pretty much, barring our goalkeeper and Madders, I think. We pretty much rested everyone else. And because we could. And for me, he has to, because what our managers decided to do Wednesday, the game yesterday didn't matter. Like, literally didn't matter. We played our B team, bro. Like, West Ham should be ashamed of themselves. And it was a ball fest. It was one of the dustiest games I've ever seen in my life. But who cares? All of our eggs is in one basket, bro. We are fully focused, fully on the Europa League. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing that they can do. We just got that, because we know if we win the Europa League, we saved a dusty season. We don't win the Europa League, and this is by far the worst season I've ever seen in my life. So, am I in favor? Well, bro, we just talked for the best part of 52 minutes about you putting out your strongest lineup to gain momentum, to gain confidence, and it flopped. Tottenham drew with West Ham with their second team. That's a confidence booster for me. Means that the man them that we're going to be putting out against Bodo on Thursday are fresh. It means that the man them are doing their kind of cold weather training. Man them are already getting their Canada Goose jackets. Do you get me? They're getting their thermals on and they're getting ready to do their job that they got to do on that plastic pitch, which I don't know why they call it plastic. It's a 4G pitch. Man them train on 4G all day, every day. Calm yourself down. So, bro, we will know whether that was a wise decision from our gaffer. It's worked so far this season, where we've rested players and then we've turned up on the Thursday in the Europa League. And if we turn up on Thursday and get to the final, then, bro, I could give a damn what anyone does. What we did our job last week, and if you're referring to the fact that we rolled out the red carpet for Liverpool last week, yeah, we're shameless. We rolled it out. What one for that? I was partying hard and it was Beneo. Yes, I celebrated with them. Do you get what I'm saying? As for West Ham, they're dusty. And we took a point. You get me? Because man, them knew they couldn't lose to West Ham because the trolling would have been too much. But at the same time, the real question is, North Side, and I can see it in your eyes, UN Hooks. You want to know whether my club is ready for Thursday. Look, man, I can tell. But let me just get to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The honest answer would be they better be, bro. They better be. Like, if they don't beat Bodo in Norway, they shouldn't come back. Like, legit. Like, they should, on that plane, keep going east. You know, like that. All of them. So if I was the Spurs players, rest up, eat well, sleep well, drink well, and do the job on Thursday. Then all of this stuff, hypotheticals, don't matter because we did our thing. Now, I offered Hooks where I think you might edge Northside in this is Northside was prepared to he was actually prepared to see what's happening now and moan about it. But I offered him a white flag. I offered Northside a reprieve last week. I said, North, for 2 weeks, let's bury this beef. Me and you, we've been at each other's throats for a whole season. Me and Hooks have been at each other's throats for a whole season. But for 2 weeks, we are all, what do we have in common? We are all Mandem from the capital. Yeah? We are London man.
You're even from down the road from me, man. We used to live around the corner, so I hear it.
I said to North, since I've already coined you, man, as the spicy Spurs anyway, what difference does it make? I'm willing to bury the beef for 2 weeks. You do your thing so that Tottenham can do their thing. And if you want to chuck in Chelsea, I don't know why we keep inviting Yasser to the show, but whatever. If you want to chuck them in, you know what I mean? Make it a London thing. Your bedroom here, Hooks, said he's not involved. He said under no circumstance does he want to see a Tottenham Arsenal Super Cup. Whereas me, I'm ready to fly out with man to watch the Super Cup with you, man, and say, you know what? Let bygones be bygones. Let the real London team, North London team, stand up. So I ask you now, are you willing to put rivalry aside if the universe was to help you, man, and decide that this year it's truly a London thing? Because Northside's already told me under no circumstance would he want that to happen. So he's ready.
So I need to clarify what you're asking me. Are you asking me that am I game for the scenario of Arsenal winning the Champions League and Tottenham winning the Europa League?
Bro, let's just say
he's basically saying, are you up for North London forever? North London together.
Because don't get me wrong, I would love nothing. I would love nothing more than to punch you, man, up in a North London derby in the Super Cup abroad. I would love nothing more. But your route to getting there is a lot easier than mine. And I can't guarantee, even if I beat PSG, I can't guarantee that I beat either Inter or Barca. I think you going to the final and facing Bilbao or United is a much easier tie than Inter or Barca. So I'll be honest. I'd rather Bodo Glimt just punch you up on Thursday. I'll be honest. Like it just like I would rather. You have to understand that.
Well, maybe you're not understanding. I'm saying, let's say let's say that for Tottenham winning also gives your club the energy or the access to win. And I'm saying, are you willing to throw that away?
Do I 100% win?
Yeah, I'm saying you 100% win, provided Tottenham win.
What?
I'm just saying, I'm putting the energy out in the atmosphere.
Okay, so
if Tottenham win, then you man win. Are you willing to bury the beef, or are you like, you know what? Under no circumstance, you just want to see both. Because let me tell you now, if Tottenham go out, you go out.
What?
Not really.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
No, I'm putting the energy out there. If we ain't winning, you ain't winning. Hold that.
No, we ain't winning because we're not good enough. You know what I mean? You could potentially not win because you lot ain't good enough. It's got nothing to do with it. Why can't it be the scenario that we win and you don't? I'd be much happier with that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather face other teams, to be honest, bro.
For me personally, when I cook you, man, let it be known and clipped that I offered you, man, a reprieve. I offered you an opportunity.
Yeah, fuck all of that. I'm not a Tottenham fan, bro. I don't want nothing but the worst for you, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're talking a lot.
Okay, well, guys, bro. Yeah, guys, no, bro. The plan is me. You get me?
I did
you. Leaky, bro. You know what I'm saying? That man is very leaky, bro. Diarrhea FC. So you keep talking because I saw you the way you were talking, yeah. When you leaked that one goal, no man. Oh, it would have been a perfect performance. You were upset that Bodo scored 1 goal. So deep down,
Imagine
you're
though.
not as
Look
confident as you're trying to let on, bro.
But one thing you can agree though is that man has standards, yeah. So I'm upset that we won. I need to hold that, bro. Hold that. Imagine being upset for winning, and that's the difference between us, bro. You're here hoping for a win. A man's getting upset for winning. I'm upset. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Don't worry, make sure your team.
Anyway, we know
your team, yeah. Make sure your team against Bodo Glimt. Make sure they take Imodium, innit? For that diarrhea leaky at the back, innit? Runs down the, you know what I mean? Running down their leg. Hopefully, yeah, you man take your Imodium, innit? You hold that because you ain't as confident as you're trying to let on, innit?
I tried to bury the beef for a couple of weeks.
There's no burying no beef, bro.
You're not on about bear. Bro, look, I hope you man get whacked up.
I don't like the area.
I hope you man.
I don't like your badge.
I hope you get panned 3-0 by PSG.
Nah.
It's very possible that we could but I don't think you understand. Like, this is what you have to appreciate. Yeah, this is why I'd rather you just go out on Thursday, which I think is very likely to happen, because you man are already not good, and now you're going to face them at their ground that isn't even real grass; it's AstroTurf, so you're not even used to playing in those type of conditions in the place where like it's mad cold, hella cold for them, man, over them sides. Like, I just feel like you man are not ready for the Vikings to come out in the stadium and start making noise. You bottlers, you can't handle that pressure. It's only 2 goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very plausible that you could go out, but I need you to understand that the only thing worse for me this season than Arsenal not winning the Champions League is Arsenal not winning the Champions League and Tottenham winning the Europa League. So I'd rather you just go out to Bodo, because then no matter what happens, I don't have to face double pain. I only face one pain. I don't want to face double pain. One pain is enough. Do you get what I'm saying?
I was saying that you didn't have to have any pain. You could have done your thing. We do our thing.
This guy wants to do North London together. It ain't working, bro.
I'm trying to do North London together, but what I am doing though is gathering receipts, so that when you man go out on Wednesday, I will be saying to you, bro, I offered you a handkerchief. I offered you man a reprieve. You man with your egos didn't want it, and hold the beating that came from it. I can't believe you ain't ready to bury the beef to win a Champions League. Nah. You don't want to bury the beef to win a Champions, then die slow, bro. Die slow. You know, like that. Like,
no, but the funny thing is, yeah, you know, Bodo Glimt, it's not the final, isn't it? You do know that, yeah? You're talking like, oh, if we're eliminated this Wednesday, that all of a sudden you can run up your mouth. You still got
who's in the final
if you get past Bodo Glimt.
Who's in the final against my club?
Man United.
Yeah, and what have we done to them this season?
When it don't matter.
Yeah, when it don't matter.
What did your club do when it does matter?
What have we done to them?
What did you lot do last European final that you was in? What did your club do in the last final that they were in?
Can I ask you, man, a question? Because
no, answer my question. Answer my question. You don't want to answer it. No, what did your club do? The last time we were in the final. I know you was getting happy, innit? Because you had Parch, you was in the final. That Champions League final, you was up for it, innit? You know what I'm saying? A couple of Maggies in that. You get me? I got a fresh trim in that. You know what I'm saying? The Gillette right there. You know what I was like, yes, bro.
Man was using S-Card.
And what happened? How did your club react to pressure?
Wow, did Tottenham not get robbed?
Did Tottenham not get robbed?
But you know what I find funny though? You man, after Wednesday, let's be real, after Wednesday, you would wish that you would be in my shoes. Hooks, you can be honest with that. You know what? After getting knocked out of the Champions League, are you telling me you wouldn't take a Europa League right now?
I would take a Europa League, but at the end of the day,
you're not winning it. I don't understand. You're not winning it. Like, there's more chance of me winning the Champions League than there is you winning the Europa League, because your chance of winning the Europa League is 0. My chance of winning the Champions League is not 0. So I need you. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't even want to think that far ahead. Yeah.
I would stop if I was
Fox,
you.
he said, yeah, you probably didn't see it. He said in his watch along, he doesn't want to face United. And now he's shamelessly here talking about, oh, but we're gonna win the Europa League. Why did you say on your watch along?
I don't rate United.
Why didn't you want to see
I
United?
just don't wanna
You
play
said
them.
you just said now.
I don't hate them, I
You
don't
said on
play
your
them.
watch along, I don't want to see United. I don't want to see
No,
United.
I just
I
think
need people about to do their thing, yeah.
Lo-
And then now
logically-
you're talking about, oh
Logic-
yeah, but we beat them this season. So which one is it?
logically, we've already panned them 3 times. I can't
Why are
see
you
how
scared
you
of
can pan a team 4 times. It's very difficult.
Logic doesn't
Saying
work.
that it can be done. Play United every time we've played them, pan them up. But what I will say though is both of you need to stop where you are right now, because I'm gathering receipts from 48 minutes into today's show, and I'm just going to play it back to you on Wednesday evening.
That's the least of my worries, because I don't think you understand. Yeah, like for Northside it's cool, yeah, but for me, I'm gonna be getting dragged through this YouTube world, yeah, like Reverse Flash did to the Flash Bowl. Like I'm getting dragged by everybody, and do you know what? Do you know who it starts with? It starts with KG. So I promise you, you are the least. Whatever receipt you have is the least of my worries, because I'll be getting cooked on NAF. I'll be getting cooked on BSB. I'll be getting cooked here. How about that? I'll be getting cooked here. I'll be getting cooked on League Gunner stream. I'll be getting cooked on my own stream. All of a sudden, all of the people that were busy, that didn't want to come on my stream throughout the season, oh, they're all free now. I'm gonna get cooked on Dan Potts' channel. I'm probably gonna get probably gonna get cooked on Flawless's channel. I'm gonna get cooked everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So you did. Hey, how about this? You're probably gonna finally invite me back to your channel again. So I'm gonna get cooked on your channel as well. I'm gonna get dragged across the internet. So your receipts from today about let's do the link up North London so we both win a trophy. It's the least of my worries, bro.
All right, that's calm. What I will do then is politely, can both of you check your diary? I need to book my time in for your cooking, both of you. When are you guys free? When can I? What? Beginning of June? You know, like that. Like, when do you want me to come through? When can you pass through? Beginning of June?
Do you know what the funny thing is though? Yeah. If we get kicked out this Wednesday, Dead, yeah, cool. We'll get our cooking, yeah. But the cooking for the rest of the summer is going to be in your club. Because then it will. Because if you make it to the final, we don't, yeah. All eyes on your final, bro. Yeah. All eyes on your final.
Yeah.
You're gonna get dragged all summer, bro. You've told us you don't respect United. They're dusty club, can never be your club. You already beat them numerous times this season. There's no excuse, bro. The way you're talking is as if you've already won it, bro. So the receipts are also for you.
Where are you gonna watch the final if you make it?
Yeah. Let's watch it together.
Yeah, I'll pick up Northside and come drive to your house. Yeah, we can watch it with you live in the flesh.
What a pleasure! And I can entertain you and give you. I can entertain you and give you jollof rice.
I'll bring you some bottles, bro. You may need them. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you man jollof. You know, like that. I don't give a damn.
No, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see, and I don't want to hear none of this about my laptop ain't working.
Yeah,
I'm busy because you know what? I'm busy right now. North, I'm traveling. This guy thinks he's boy. Bro, I got bookings in different area codes. You know, I ain't got time. North, I don't know. Let me shout you. Let me shout you. I've been busy all day. Hold on, send me some dusty voice note, like it's flipping Marvin's room with Drake. You know what I mean? That the voice note in me with the voice note in that, bro. Come on, bro. This ain't Drizzy Drake, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. Nah, I'm telling you, bro.
For you, I'll make time for both of you, man.
You have to.
You man are my bedroom for life.
You already know, bro. You already know, man. Listen, Arsenal get kicked out. You know we ain't gonna go hiding, innit? You know we ain't gonna go hiding. And to be fair to Hooks as well, he makes time as well. So big up to the both of you. To be fair, but I'm telling you, bro. You can't say nothing to me, Deji. Are you telling me, what you man said? I've not. All I said, yes, I'm not supporting your club for my club to win a trophy because I despise your club. Yeah, I want my club to win. But I've also told you this manager ain't good enough. And I consistently said it. It's not good enough. Even when man don't want to listen, I've told you about certain players like Odegaard. I've told you about this manager. I've told you about this squad. I've been consistent the whole. So it's no shock to me. You want to cook me? Cook me. I don't care. I already been telling you the reality about this club. So what are you telling me that I've already not accepted? I already know where my club's at, bro. I know where my club's at. And you know where my club is at, yeah? Yesterday I did a show, quickly before we wrap up. I did a show, and all these people that I've seen on TikTok, all these people on social media have been telling us, get behind the process. I'll tell you this year, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Oh, why are you man complaining? We got this player and that player. They're all stressed, bro. All the context group of this fan base are now not using context now that we have to win a trophy, because it's about winning trophies, bro. All these men look deflated. The man on Ht-Htv look deflated. All these men that telling me about dark arts, telling me about scoring from set pieces, telling me that, oh, it doesn't matter about trophy, it matters about league finish and all of this. Now they're stressed. Do you know what I'm saying? Reality's hit, bro. You can come up with all this bullshit. This fan base have a nap here. At the start of every season, they come up with all the bullshit excuses as to why, oh, we don't have to win, this, and that, all the excuses. End of the season, they all look like this. All of them stressed. All of them angry, all of them talking about failures, all of them talking about uncomfortable conversations with the manager. It is what it is, bro. There's nothing ever changes with this fan base. You know what I'm saying? Nothing ever changes, bro. And I don't know. I don't know why these men are stressed, because they told me that football is not about trophies. So if it's not about trophies, why are you upset?
Exactly.
Because it is about trophies. You wouldn't be upset. But it is what it is, man. Listen, we're going to be having this conversation after Wednesday, obviously. I would love to say I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it at all. You get me? I can't lie, Hooks, bro. I don't know about you, but bro, I'm not confident, bro. I'm genuinely not confident, bro.
I'm quietly confident. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what the thing is? Yeah, I won't lie. You see, for the first leg, I was like, I was excited. I want the game to come. I want the game to come. Please, let it be now. Let it be now. I want the game. Just like time go as slow as possible, bro. Like that one don't need to come quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like to go slow as. Do you know what? I'm gonna watch the. Do you know what? Yeah. I actually. So before I said I wanted Barcelona in the final. Yeah. After watching that Barca Inter game, just Inter, please, just beat them at your ground, man. I don't want to have to deal with Lamine Yamal. I just don't want to have to deal with that. Let me go through another transfer window of buying players before I have to deal with Lamine Yamal in it. Just leave just that one. And obviously, I'm not disrespecting Inter because they're a good team as well, but they ain't got a Lamine Yamal in it. So just do your job, Inter, and I'll meet you in the final, and then may the best scrubber dub tactics win in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just go from there. But at the end of the day, Northside, we just have to win. And when I say we just have to win, it doesn't even need, it just needs to be 1-0. Take it to extra time. Do you know what I mean? You never know what can happen. It's not like we have to score 3 goals. Like if we lost that game even 2-0, I'd be like, all right, yeah, cool, it's done. But it's only 1 goal.
That's true. That's true, but we're now conceding goals. What's frightening me is we're conceding goals from set pieces now. Like, you know, one thing we could have said, yeah, Hooks, yeah, is our defense has been looking solid going into the game. That's one thing we could have. Bro, we're leaking stupid goals, man. We're making silly mistakes. Odegaard dragging players down. David Raya flapping at the ball. Do you know what I mean? Our centre backs not winning their aerial duels. We're conceding silly goals. We shouldn't be conceding, bro. That is why it's worrying. And when people say, oh, we don't care about Bournemouth, and it's like, bro, it's not so much the game, it's the way that we're playing. You know what I'm saying? And there's good form and there's bad form. And it looks like we're carrying bad form. We carried bad form from the Ipswich and Crystal Palace game into the first leg against PSG. And now it feels like we're carrying bad form from Bournemouth into the second leg against PSG. We've not grown any momentum.
We carried bad form into the home and the away leg of the Real Madrid game.
True, but at the same time, they were a team that allowed us to play our game. PSG doesn't allow us to play our game. That's the difference. We could impose ourselves on Real Madrid, and we did it even better in the second leg. This team don't allow us any time to do the dark arts, or to sit back and hit on the counter, or to play out from the back, or to use our wingers in transition. They nullified us, bro. We got nullified on everything we tried to do, bro. That is why, even though people look at the scoreline and say, oh, 1-0, cool. When did we look like scoring? And what we've sat here now for an hour, 14 minutes talking about how this manager's not proactive. So what will he do if they nullify us again? What is the answer? What is the plan B? Is he got something up his sleeve? We don't know him to be like that. So that's why I'm looking at the game. And yes, it's a 1-0, but where's the goal coming from? And how are we going to get the goal? Do you know what I mean? This is how I'm feeling. Are we going to concede? Are we even? It's 1-0 now, but are we going to concede? Are we going to switch off like we switched off against Bournemouth? Like we switched off against PSG? Because we switched off there.
As long as we don't concede first, it's fine. So I said on my channel, the only two scenarios that I start panicking is if we concede in the first 20 minutes or if we get to 80 minutes and it's still 0-0. Those are the only two scenarios, obviously barring the obvious, like a red card, that I am panicking. Because in the first scenario, I don't think that PSG are stupid enough to concede 3 goals. I'll just call a spade a spade. And in the second scenario, 10 minutes left to go, we need to grab a goal, we will do something stupid. So it's like those are the only two scenarios I panic. At the end of the day, like people will tell me, "Oh, Arsenal haven't scored in the last 6 semi-finals." Okay, cool, but I've watched Arsenal score goals all season. Like, do you know what I mean? Like anybody that honestly thinks that there's no chance, like the chance of Arsenal scoring a goal is 0%, then by the way, don't watch the game. If any Arsenal fan is saying that, then don't watch the game because we're not going to score. So why are you watching the game? But it's just
but fans are always.
No, why are you watching the game? We're not going to score, which means we're out. So why are you watching the game?
It doesn't matter what the fans think. It matters what the players do, bro. I'll be real. Like we can think whatever we want. Most of this fan base.
Why watch the game?
Madrid. Let's be honest, yeah.
Most
of this fan base didn't believe. There was obviously a few. You called it. There was Tony Claude that called it. The majority were not confident we were going to beat Real Madrid. They weren't, bro. Let's just be 100% honest.
That's different. That's different. Not being confident.
It's not because the team still came out and showed us something different. So even if we don't believe against PSG, it's down to the team to prove us wrong. It's down to the team to show us. You think Deji had belief that his team's going to be able to get to a semi-finals, let alone a final? Probably didn't, bro. Look at this. Look at the way his team's been playing. They've given him reason to feel like that. But it's down to them to show different, innit? Like he went out against Bodo Glimt and he said, "Yo, we should be beating them," but he knew that I can't trust this team. Because look at how they've been playing all season, bro. It's down to the team. It's not down to the fans. When people talk, the fans must, but if you don't believe, bro, we only don't believe based on what we've seen.
No. There's a difference, though. There's a difference in not being confident of being able to beat Real Madrid and saying there's a 0% chance that Arsenal will score. If there's if you think there's a 0% chance that Arsenal will score, then don't watch the game.
No, I agree. Not 0. Obviously not 0, but it's low, though. It is extremely low. And like we said, don't matter what I think, don't matter what you think, doesn't matter what Deji thinks. All that matters is what they do. And there's going to be no excuses. You know what I'm saying? So big up to the both of you for giving up your time. Was only going to do it now, but it's now 23. Deji, big up, bro. Shout your channel out. Make sure everyone, you're liking and subscribing to Deji. Make sure you be watching him as well because he's going to be talking the most if we get kicked out of the Champions League. But we will be there for his Europa League performances. And he must win. All this talk, we're keeping receipts as well. But big up, Dej. Shut your channel, bro. Love for jumping on.
Yeah, big up, man. It was a pleasure to be here. And we made history and we took receipts. But my channel is Deji Spurs. And look, like and subscribe. But more importantly, that's where the majority of the cooking of some of your favorite YouTube content hosts will be. The likes of Hooks and the likes of Northside. I'll be at the end of this show going backstage and pulling out our diaries to see if I can book in some one-to-one time with them by the beginning of June. But until then, until I get another invite on both of these brothers' channel, have a good bank holiday weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week, because I know I will.
This guy, man. Look at this guy. Remember this. I'm going to clip that bit. Don't worry. Remember this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, big up Hooks, man. Big up Hooks, man. Every single time. Big up, bro. Shout your channel out, man, and let the people know. Both of their channels, the links are in the title as well. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to them and them. But go on, Hooks, man. Love for jumping on.
Halftime Hooks. You get it. Just subscribe to the thing, man. Close to 5K. That's the aim for the end of the season. Get to 5K and then see where we go from there. Already done a stream today and just dropped a video about my reaction to Trent, confirming that he's leaving Liverpool. So hey, bit of content, go check that out, and yeah, man, continue supporting the guys.
Man, big up, man, big up. Any of you lot going live right now?
Nah.
No. All right, cool. All right, cool. Big up to the man them. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're supporting the man them. And I'll see you guys at 6:30 for a show. The Outsiders, me, Devante, and Omar. And then there's another show at 10 p.m. with me, Sunshine, and a couple others as well. So make sure you're liking and subscribing, because we got another 2 shows coming up today on the bank holiday. You know what I'm saying? No rest for the wicked. And make sure you're subscribing to these 2 channels as well. Content coming up throughout the day and throughout the week as well. So make sure you're subscribing to the Mandem and everyone that supports the show and the channel. Big up. We're out. Love Mandem. Wait, what did the man say? Wait, hold on. Curtis Shaw's live, yeah? Should we redirect to? All right, cool. Let me redirect him. Let me redirect to Curtis Shaw. Let me redirect Curtis Shaw. I can't see that he's live. Curtis. What's going on? Curtis. Where is it? No, he's not. Oh, is he going live? Oh, yeah, he's going live. All right, cool. Redirect to Curtis Shaw. Northside raid on the way in. We're out. Love.